Hey folks, King here. Good to be with you guys today. Hope everybody's doing good. I got an item in the mail earlier this week to add to my vinyl collection from one of my favorite bands, and I took the time to actually listen to it first before I made this video, and it is amazing, and now I'm so glad to be sharing it with you on the video. And it's from one of my favorite bands called Porcupine Tree. The name of this record set is called Anesthetize. I love this cover. This is a live recording that they did in a concert tour in 2008. Most of the show is on 4 album set. Each album is 180 gram vinyl. It was a tour in support of the album called Fear of a Blank Planet. That was a sensational album, an amazing album. Later I'll go on to what that album is about. It's basically a concept record. This actually came out as a concert film this time last year. No, actually in June of last year. And it came out in a Blu-ray, DVD, and 2 CD set, which I purchased last year. Was blown away by the concert, was blown away by the film, and the sound mix on it is superb. And for over a year, I can only hear this concert on CD. Well, just recently they released the soundtrack on vinyl, and it's a 4 record set. This beautiful hard box here. Let's see, hard box comes off, and got a 4 record set, and it came with a book of pictures first. It must be about 48 pages here or so. It's all of live photography from the tour. Fear of a Blank Planet tour. Just show you real fast. I won't do all of them, but I'll go through some of them. Some really nice pictures here. This book is done in a matte finish, so it's not very glossy. So I have to be real careful. It shows fingerprints real easily with the matte finish. But a nice book of live photography from the tour. A real great addition to this final set. It just makes it extra special. So it's real fun to go through these pictures as you're listening to the concert on vinyl. Fantastic. And one other thing, of course, since I've already owned it a year now on DVD, CD. And so when I listen to this in my car or my stereo, I had to listen to it on CD. And now that it's on vinyl, I have to say this blows the CD away as far as sound quality. The sound quality of these records are amazing. And there's cover art on each individual record that is really nice. Kind of abstract, or weird for the sake of weird kind of art, but it kind of fits the band. And the kind of image and vibe they have on record. The art kind of fits the vibe of the band, or the personality of the band, I would say. But what it is the entire Fear of a Blank Planet album recorded live in its entirety, and that takes up the first 2 records, and the remaining 2 records is some classic songs by Porcupine Tree from various albums, again played live, and they sound absolutely amazing. What I love about these vinyl recordings is the difference I can tell from listening to it on CD and now listening to it on vinyl is the rhythm section, like the drums and the bass guitar really sound powerful on here. I mean, it's like the drums and the bass guitar now, it's a vinyl recording, have room to breathe, so it doesn't sound as compressed. It almost sounds like you're in the arena with them, listening to it in the concert hall. It literally feels like you're there. That's what makes these records so special. I just want to take this opportunity to show each individual album. Songs are, and now this is the 3rd album sides 5 and 6, and these deal with the classic Porcupine Tree songs. Ooh, I actually had this upside down. It feels like this. Sorry. I laid it like that. Or did I have it right? Oh! Dummy me. Yeah, it goes like that. And I mean, these deal with more classic songs from earlier albums. There's a great version of Dark Matter to start off this album right here. And another song called Drown With Me that just sounds amazing. Absolutely amazing. And Cheating the Polygraph is on here as well. Great band song, I could say. I want to say great song for the drums, great song for the bass, but everyone just shines. Every musician in this band just shines on those songs. And just an amazing record. That's about all I can really say. An amazing record. All the early songs sound fantastic. All the new songs sound fantastic. What I really love about this, like I said, on vinyl recordings, is you can hear the drums better, and the bass guitar a lot better. And Porcupine Tree has an amazing drummer by the name of Gavin Harrison. But most importantly, I love the songwriting of Steven Wilson. Steven Wilson is one of my favorite songwriters. Besides loving the music of Porcupine Tree, I love his side projects. He has many side project bands, and the songwriting that he does for them, his whole career, and this band Porcupine Tree is amazing. He is one of my favorite songwriters. Everyone sort of puts Porcupine Tree in the classification of progressive rock, and it's not that they're a prog rock band. I just think that's the closest to a description you can get to this band. I wouldn't say they're a prog band, such as Yes or Genesis or really whatever, because they're a hybrid of so many different styles. You do have prog, you do have hard rock. I wouldn't say metal, but some really heavy moments on the guitar. Some fusion as well. They do write acoustic songs and pop songs and ballads. Excuse me, and other. I could say what you could say. So there's a lot of variety in their sound, and that's what really makes this record set such a joy to listen to, and it's really amazing. Now let me get into the Porcupine Tree's Fear of a Blank Planet album, what it's exactly about. Like I said, it's a concept record. The concept of it really is a child in his pre to early teens. So I would say somewhere the ages between 11 and 15. It deals with one kid who's that age. Both his parents work, so they don't have time to deal with him. So if a kid's showing some signs of depression or rage, instead of actually sitting down and dealing with them, they just put him on really tough and hardcore prescription drugs. And all the kid does is play Xbox all day, and if he wants to listen to music, he just downloads it on his computer via torrent or whatever. And if you're as old as I am, and if you were collecting vinyl like we do now, but back when you were that age, I think with your allowance, you were probably only allowed to afford to buy maybe 1 to 2 albums a month. And that was like when you bought your albums, it was like a serious investment. And you invested your time, you digested it over the whole month until you can buy a couple more. So that means, you're reading, not only you have it on headphones absorbing the music, but you're reading the lyrics like crazy. You're reading the credits, where it was recorded, who did the engineering, who did the producing, who guest starred on the album, what studio was made in, during what time, were there other studios, who mastered it, who mixed it, where was it done for mastering, then all the special thanks, who they thanked. You absorb every bit of information you can on the record. Now the new generation, of course, just downloads everything and puts it onto their iPod or MP3 player on their phone. So just for example, if a young kid was interested in Pink Floyd, they would just type in Pink Floyd and download the whole discography of the band. And you know, if they're not turned on in the first 20 seconds, they just delete it and go to the next track. And so there isn't that time to absorb music, really. And because on the internet, they're exposed to triple X pornography now. So they're probably messing around with sex way earlier than, you know, when I was a teenager. So, you know, and so by the time they become of age, the concept of this record is they've discovered everything way too early and too conveniently and didn't have to pay for it. And so by the time they become adults, what's left for them to discover? Nothing. Everything's been figured out for them. Everything's been discovered. And hence the name Fear of a Blank Planet. And I love the packaging on this. Some gorgeous packaging on this album. I love this hardbox cover. I love this picture right here. Each individual album looks fantastic. And the sound over CD is amazing. I mean, not that the CD sounded terrible. The CD sounded great too, but you can really hear the whole band come alive. The waves of keyboards and guitar, and vocals, bass and drums. It really mixed really well. It's a great live recording. Okay, and I didn't stop with one Porcupine Tree record. I noticed, you know, Porcupine Tree records are really hard to come by, and I had to buy these online through the band's store. It's the only place I can get these records. But they're really made with a lot of care, and this is a band that really encourages people to go out and listen to them on vinyl. So that they're real strong supporters of vinyl. So that was really cool. So I also got my favorite of their early records. The record is called Lightbulb Sun by Porcupine Tree. And I love that cover. I'm so glad now to have it on vinyl so I can see this picture really blown up like this. Before I was looking at a little picture on a CD. It's a gatefold. There we can see the rest of the album, the lyrics, and a few little pictures. Right here is a story of a person who did their merchandising in the early years, and they dedicated this album to him. So let's open this up and see if I can see the guy's name. Michael Piper. They dedicated this album in memory of Michael Piper, who actually did Porcupine Tree's merchandising in the early years. Sold merchandise at shows, got to know fans, got to know the band, and was responsible for the merchandise and the connection to fans in the early years of this band. So they dedicated this record to him. This is a remix. This album came out, I think, in 2000, and in 2008 or 2007. 2007, and it was released in 2008. 2007, they remixed this album and remastered it, and that's what this collection is. And not only does it come with songs that were on the original album, but it also comes with 3 bonus tracks that were made during these sessions. These songs are called Disappear, Buying New Soul, and Cure for Optimism. Buying New Soul is a great song. It's also featured on one of the live videos. Concert DVDs, and it's an amazing record. My favorite songs on here, without a doubt, is Russia on Ice. Russia on Ice is just one of those songs that put you in a trance. I mean, I love the whole album, and it's hard to pick one song that just inspires me, but it has to be, without a doubt, Russia on Ice. It starts with a combination. It's a bluesy, kind of a heavy blues, a real slow, hypnotic guitar riff, and him singing about a person who's just can't stop drinking because of depression. Or at least that's what I get from the lyrics. I mean, he could be singing about something completely different, but that's just what I get. Someone who's just crying into a bottle of liquor. And so we have this real slow trance blues riff going on, and then the end of the album, it just turns into an all-out jam, which you just have to hear it. And some notable songs, of course, the title track, Lightbulb Sun, great song. about staying homesick from school. 4 chords that made a million. The title pretty much says it all. Really funny lyric. I find the lyrics to be kind of funny and kind of true of modern music. It's a really up yours to modern music. And of course, I love the song "She's Moved On." So a great chorus, some great backup vocals in that song, and a real epic guitar solo. The song was remade with Porcupine Tree's new drummer on the album Dead Wing. It was a bonus track. And the very strange last chance to evacuate planet Earth before it gets recycled. Basically, there was a cult called, I believe it was called Heaven's Gate, where they came down from another planet and were here to observe Earth. It was time for them to go back to that planet, as they were going to exit this planet, they had to exit as a mass suicide or some, I forget the story. I really have to look it up again. But the song's really about the cult called Heaven's Gate. Strange song, but it's a strange subject. And the only optimistic song I've ever heard from Porcupine Tree was "The Rest Will Flow." This is a dynamite album. Just absolutely amazing. And the music on here is unbelievable. And I'm really, really happy to have this. This is a 2-record set, 180-gram vinyl, and it is superb. Well, that's going to do it. That is my Porcupine Tree vinyl video. And it's amazing stuff. If you ever get a chance, either go out and get the CDs or go out or pay the extra money and go out and get the vinyl. The vinyl is amazing. They put a lot of care into their vinyl packages because this is a group that really supports people going out and listening to vinyl records. So they put out a lot of vinyl as well as CDs. Alright, that's going to do it, folks. And I hope everybody enjoys their weekend, and I'll see you at the next video.